Section 71 and 72 of the Health Act. That one I have committed it to memory.
You need to give them
Please.
tricks. It's true.
Nursing room, fridge, comfortable chairs or beds or whatever. Like comfortable sitting space, clean, hygienic. And they should be able to access it. And please don't let those of us who do not have children misuse that room. Why? First of all, why are you as a man chilling in the nursing room? Let's start from, like, what are you doing there? Watch yourselves.
Well, okay. There are line managers and HRs in this our country, Kenya. Na mnajijua. Who, when a man tells you they want to take their child to hospital, you shamelessly ask them, where is your wife?
Shame on you.
Shame on you. By the way, a big shame on you.
Shame on you.
Like, does it even matter?
I know that doesn't matter. It's in the child mind.
Let me tell you, if you talk to parents, there are normally several people working on 3 hours or 2 hours of sleep. And they've shown up in the office. And they're continuing to work.
And they're delivering like those of us who are working for heels.
That's the thing. And they're doing it. I had a colleague who also had a baby who was like a month or 2 older than mine. And strangely enough, actually, when we joined, we were desk mates. So he actually told us, if the baby does not sleep, you text me and let me know. You work from home. Yes. It's like, I don't see the point of you coming to the office.
And you're stressed.
And you're tired. You're even sleepy.
Yes.
You're sleeping on your desk.
Or you want to go and take a cat nap in the car.
Exactly. It's like, no. The baby didn't sleep at night. Just let me know. Hi guys, welcome to the rundown.
My name is Mikhala Barasa.
And I'm Danunzi Yuko.
Welcome to yet another episode of one of our favorite segments on this channel. It's called
Woman Unplugged.
And before we go to Woman Unplugged, have you subscribed? Ask yourself that question. As you watch this episode, have I subscribed? Is this how I want to contribute to the growth of the rundown by not subscribing? Please subscribe. After you subscribed, I know you already have now. Sindio? Good. Nice job. Today, what are we talking about, Ndanu?
So today we're going to be talking about the conduciveness of the workplace for mothers.
The conduciveness of the work. I like your earrings. The conduciveness
Thanks.
of the workplace for mothers.
Yes. So I guess I am the only mother
You are?
currently on this channel. Hopefully there shall be more in the future. Anyway,
We'll be having guests. That's what she meant. We'll be having guests.
anyway, no pressure to whoever has felt pressure by that statement.
Wow. It be your own, guys. It be your own.
Yeah, so when we're looking at the workplace, I think it would be good for us to start with the recruitment process.
Good.
How fair and conducive is the recruitment process, especially for young mothers or new mothers? Yes. So, Mihala, you can start off by giving us your thoughts. You know, this is normally a feel-good episode. No constitution.
Now, I felt like I wanted to read the constitution, but now let me just put my notes away. Because now it looks like I need to speak from the heart.
Yes.
So, I'm not a mother, so I would not properly understand the challenges that mothers go through in the recruitment process. Even then, I recently came across a LinkedIn article by, I can't remember the name of the guy, but I think we'll put it in the description box, by this guy who was talking about the fact that he was interviewing someone for a role and they were a breastfeeding mom. And one of the things that he had in the background, I think, was the baby fussing. And what he did was he spoke to her and said, look, I'm going to call you back. Just feed your baby and get them to rest. And then I'll give you a call back. And the lady wasn't sure whether the guy would call. And the guy did call back. I actually got this from a page of one of my colleagues called Wanjiru Komu. She runs our learning and development department. She is amazing. She actually should come to this channel. She is. Hi, Shiro.
She'll be our HR for the channel.
She does learning and development. She just does like, there's a program that she's running now called Managers Lab. So she teaches young managers on the new ins and outs of corporate politics, how to manage a team, how to manage the remote. I love Shiro. Anyway, hi Shiro. I think she should come to our channel. This is an open invite. So I saw it on her page and I thought, this would be an interesting topic to discuss.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why I thought this is a good topic for us to discuss, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot, is because I know during the time that we were job hunting for you, one of those periods, I think you were either just giving back to Sage or were you nursing? No, you're almost due. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would actually like to understand how your interview experience was during that period.
Hey. Well. Hey. My heart. Anyway, that was a very interesting period. During that time, I went when I was expecting my daughter. During that last month or so, I went for I think 3 or 4 interviews, and well, anyway, I don't care. I didn't get the jobs. So out of the 3 or 4, it was one HR that was very nice during that process. Very nice. So one of the places I went to, probably it was my own bias, but the HR had headhunted me via LinkedIn. So I went for the interview. Then when she came to the waiting room, and then she saw me, I could just see, it's like she had
was already
checked.
tired.
Yeah,
She
she
was
just
already
checked
tired.
out.
Yeah.
Yes. So even during the interview process, for that specific one, there were 2 ladies, the HR and I think the recruiting manager, and a man from a different department. During the interview, funny enough, it was the man who was the most engaging.
Really?
Yes. The ladies had already checked out.
Ladies, what's happening?
The ladies had already checked out, by the way. The minute they saw I'm expectant, because and one of the things I talked to a HR specialist about it after that interview is that she told me the thing is most times people are normally thinking about, we want to get someone
And fill the role as fast as possible.
Yeah. So you who is expectant, it means that you'll probably come here 3-4 months from now.
Yes.
So
You'll come and take maternity leave.
yes,
Which is
either
actually
you'll
not
take
a wrong
maternity
thing.
leave or you will come after your maternity leave. So you won't join immediately. You'll join like 3 or 4 months after we've interviewed you. So that is one of the experiences that I had. The good experience that I had was the company wasn't too big, but they were looking to start a risk department. So the HR told me that she was very candid, but she didn't ask me during the interview. She asked me after the interview. She was like, can you remain for us? She called me and asked me if we can have a one-on-one, the 2 of us. So we had an interview with the CEO of the company, let's say on Monday. Then on Wednesday, she called me and asked me, hi, are you open to come to my office just to have a chat? So I went to her office and then she told me, hi, yes, I noticed that you're expectant during the interview and I just wanted to know how far along you are. Then I told her, actually, I'm almost due, so I don't even think even if you offered me the role, I'd be able to start. Then she told me, okay, so actually we're really interested in giving you the role. So you can take your maternity leave Then when your maternity leave is almost over,
You just come and start working.
yes, give me a call when you're ready to come.
You
We'll
see,
keep the place open for you.
You see, that's the thing, because as an organization, actually it's embarrassing for you to write me off because I am pregnant
I know.
or expectant.
Let
I
me
don't know
say,
the
like
right words.
like you've ever seen those memes for when you're dating. Sorry, Luo guys. You're out and then a Luo guy comes and approaches you. Then you're like, "Can't you see I'm pregnant?" Then he's like, "Is it a permanent condition?"
Right? It's not chronic. You're not an elephant. You'll not be pregnant for like 5 years. And good organizations have proper continuity plans,
Yeah.
even during that period that this person is pregnant. And if you want to attract and retain good talent, I think it is in your best interest to fit, it's not even a risk, to fit circumstances like pregnancy into your recruitment
Yes.
process. And immediately you find out that a candidate is pregnant, it's nice to have a candid conversation with them and say, look, we know you're expectant. Are you starting immediately? Will you start for 1 month and then go on your maternity leave? Do you need us to give you 3 months before you come and start the role? And even if you're an organization that is stretched and very interested in filling the role quickly, you'd rather not take a candidate through the entirety of the process than be like, you have to start immediately, even during the period that you're supposed to be on maternity leave. I think it sometimes it doesn't even speak to the organization. It speaks to the kind of person that you are. Because surely. Anyway, sorry, continue.
I think so. One of the things I would say I've learned over time is when you meet recruiting managers and HRs, there are certain human resource practitioners that are open to having discussions. So for me, I usually say, read the vibe. If it's someone who is easy to have conversation with, just call the HR, tell the HR, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. So if you're expectant, just tell them, hi, I'm this far along, and probably if you don't want to start at that point, you would want to start later after your maternity leave, then inform them about that.
That's a good one good way of looking at it.
Yes.
I think maybe we can then segue.
Because I wouldn't want to discuss my condition
with a panel.
Good. No.
Yeah. And you shouldn't have to.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have to like tell, oh, by the way, like. I think that would be a good place to segue into how then was it for you transitioning to a new role with a newborn? Like, how was that experience? And do you feel like, and I'm not saying you put your employer on the spot. I'm just saying, or your employer at that time, I'm just saying, like, for you, how was the experience? What would have made it better during that time? Like, first of all, how was the experience?
Okay. So I didn't end up going to the job I had been offered before going on maternity leave. I got a different job offer while I was at home with nursing the baby. So during that period, so I got a call. I went. It was almost actually the time for the maternity, like the normal maternity period, to be over. So I joined, and when I joined, at that time I was reporting to the CEO of that company. So I just went and told him, by the way, I have a small baby and I'd like to be leaving the office slightly earlier to be able to get home in good time because of the baby. And then actually I found him very accommodative. Yes, he was very accommodative. He was like, oh, I didn't know, the HR didn't tell me during your
interview process and onboarding.
Yes, and onboarding. So he was like, so thanks for letting me know. And then he actually even went ahead and told me, oh, by the way, for me, if you have a clinic appointment, you don't need to come to the office. You just text me, and on that day you can work from home. You just take your baby for the clinic appointment, And then when you get back home, continue working. You don't need to stress yourself with coming to the office, sign in, then go out, pick the baby, take the baby to the clinic, then rush back to
the office to sign back in.
I was like, I don't think that makes sense. Yeah, so he was very accommodative. He'd even tell us if your baby, because I had a colleague who also had a baby who was like a month or two older than mine. And strangely enough, actually, when we joined, we were desk mates. So he actually told us, if the baby does not sleep, you text me and let me know. You work from home. Yes. It's like, I don't see the point of you coming to the office.
And you're stressed.
And you're tired. You're even sleepy.
Yes,
you're sleeping on your desk.
Or you want to go and take a cat nap in the car.
Exactly. It's like, no. The baby didn't sleep at night. Just let me know. And one of the things, I know for a lot of people, they feel like, oh, if you give people that much freedom, they'll abuse it. Funny enough, no.
People do not.
People do not. Actually, with that specific line manager, we had, because of how much he had trusted us, we actually used to go out of our way. Like,
yes.
When things were, like when you have a lot of work, or maybe board is coming up, there's something like that requires some extra effort, we'd actually go out
ham for them.
Yes, because of how well he treated us when we came right from maternity leave. Yeah. So the only challenge that was there with that period was that the said the place I was working did not have a policy for new mothers. Yes. So like when I joined, I asked the HR, what is the policy? Like what time do new mothers? Because a lot of companies usually allow new mothers up to 6 months, maybe to leave an hour or two earlier.
My organization does. Again, I really love my job.
So the organization that I was working for at that time didn't have it. So the HR was like, you'll just let your line manager know, and then you will work out.
So it was like an informal arrangement.
Exactly. Okay. Yes, it wasn't a written policy. So they were not bad about it. The only risk or challenge that I saw with that is, if you don't have any written policy, then
it's not easy to enforce one. And then also,
what if you don't have a nice line manager?
What if you don't have a nice line
they'll
manager?
Tell you work is 8 to 5.
Relationship.
Yes.
Or what if they now tell you, boss, I'm your line manager, and I'm like, our boss has said you can't go.
Exactly.
Like, what if I start pulling rank? And then also the thing about women in the workplace is that without a proper policy or proper kind of direction, we don't tend to ask a lot of questions.
Yes.
We'll just this is not allowed at work. Therefore, I can't go and breastfeed my baby. I can't have these things. Case in point, I don't know if she's a mutual friend with us. There's a time that now she does motherhood content. She used to do a lot of tax content. She's called Shilling Sense. There's a time she had put up a post saying that she went to the toilet to pump because her workplace didn't have a nursing room. And I think she later on asked her manager, but it's something that she didn't know she was entitled to.
Yeah.
And she didn't ask questions. When it got to time for her to go and pump her milk, she just took her pumps, went, cleaned the surface of the toilets, sat there, pumped her milk, and went back to work. And I could almost bet you that probably she was not leaving work early.
Yeah,
probably that's something that she wasn't doing. That just goes to say, sometimes women don't question.
Yes.
So if there's a proper policy in place that says, well, you can leave work an hour early, because the Health Act actually mandates employers to give you breaks for nursing, which you could convert into those hours that you say you can leave at 3, you can leave at 4.
Yes.
And actually mandates every workplace to have a nursing room, which again, you're supposed to have. But if these things are not in policy and people don't know about them, then we don't end up asking. Yes.
Interesting. I think talking about like the recruitment process, from the example you had given, I think one of the things that probably and this is feedback that I'd give to recruiters and human resource personnel. Sometimes they prey too much on the desperation of people needing a job. Yes. So someone has called you, or you've called someone, and then it's not a good time for them to talk, either because the baby is crying, or they need to go and nurse the baby, or go and express milk. So you don't call them back. You move on.
You go to the next candidate.
Exactly. That's something that needs to stop. Yes, you need to give them a fair chance and opportunity in the recruitment process, whether it's expectant mothers, nursing mothers, or even mothers with older children. I think one of the organizations, that the place I was working for before, one of the things that I actually found very interesting is that they had parental leave. Yes. So we didn't have it on policy that you could leave early, but one of the things that I liked was if your child is sick, you were allowed, you just get like a normal sick off. But now it wasn't being deducted from
Your salary.
your sick off
Your sick off or your
annual leave. Now there was a specific line for parental leave. Because they understand, okay, so if my child is sick, are they supposed to take themselves to hospital?
No.
Honestly. Like
someone has to take care of them.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And I've actually seen HRs telling people to apply for leave when
their children are sick.
Yes.
I should
and I'm
think,
like, bro, like, honestly, even you yourself.
I should think that's common sense.
Yeah. Common sense is not very common.
I want to say I think my organization has. I'm not a parent, so I might not know.
You might not notice it, yes. I also never used to notice it before I became a mom. But after, now that, the organization I went to immediately after getting my baby had parental leave. And I was like, whoa, you guys, hey, progressive.
The one that I know, and I don't know if it's, I don't think it's a leave day with us per se, but I remember going into a meeting and this manager, again, a guy, said, person X is not going to be in the meeting today. They're away on leave.
Yeah. And
when we got out of the room, he said, today is their child's sports day. So they've gone. I was like, go you. Like, you allowed someone to go for, like, I was like,
yeah,
so nice, But that is not how all employers and how all bosses and how all managers are.
Yes.
Because, obviously in life, there's two kinds of people, stickler for rules and people who bend the rules for you for a good cause. If you get a stickler for rules boss, they'll just be like, you can't go anywhere, apply for leave.
Exactly.
They almost don't care if your child is dying, or they're just like, you apply, put it in the system.
Exactly.
Like, we don't do that here.
And you see that also disadvantages single parents. So I'd say one advantage sometimes of the two-parent home is normally like you can take leave. Like
you can take, then he takes. You can take, then he takes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not one person that is always taking leave to take the child to hospital. But now, if you're in a single-parent home, it's you. It's you who's taking leave all the time.
All of it.
Exactly.
All 21 days can turn into parental leave.
Yeah.
All 21 days can be 3 sports days a term.
That's it.
Like, all of them, they can be, your child is sick.
But then let me tell you, I've never been as pissed as I was pissed when I had a HR telling someone to apply for leave for taking their child to hospital.
That sounds
I tell you.
sensitive.
Sorry, anyway, if that person sees this, they should. I'm sorry, but I was like, hey, you need some wisdom.
I know.
You need some wisdom even when you're doing your job.
And you see the difference. And okay, I'm not to bash men, but you see, these are not problems that a lot of men face in the workplace.
Yes.
There might be some men who face it, but it must be a very small demographic of men.
Yeah.
But actually you have to think about, oh my God, I have to go and take my child to hospital. Oh my God, I don't even think there's one that says I will not get this job because I just have a newborn.
Yes, that's
it's
true.
very few that will actually make that consideration. And more often than not, even if men disclose or fail to disclose that they have a newborn, it's inconsequential to their
It's
job.
true. By the way, it
It's
really doesn't matter.
inconsequential
Yeah.
because I actually remember one of the comments, or was it another post, that actually said in corporate culture, women, like new nursing mothers, or women with younger children are considered some sort of like a liability. But men with younger children will be viewed as, now they are a responsible man because now they have children. And I was like, this is such a distorted view of the world.
Yes.
It is such a distorted view of the world. Having, let me tell you, me before before you got your baby and before Diana got her young babies, me, I think I used to live in the world with oblivion. I just thought babies were cute and there was very little work that goes into it. After staying with these kids for like 5-6 years, now I'm seeing the amount of work that goes into parenting. And I do agree with your husband. It should actually be added in the CV, being a
Yes.
mother. It should be added in CVs because
It's actually there are certain areas, things like when it comes to managing a home and a family, that you grow and learn, that in the workplace actually help you, because you learn how to be resilient. Because let me tell you, if you talk to parents, there are normally several people working on 3 hours or 2 hours of sleep. And they've shown up in the office and they're continuing to
and
work.
they're delivering like those of us who are working for heels.
That's the thing. And they're doing it. So 1, resilience is there. 2, in terms of managing of resources. Because once you have a child, trust me, you'll have to learn to manage your resources well. Because you need to ensure that this person who is fully dependent on you is well taken care of. There are many other skills that you learn from motherhood and parenting that will probably end up helping you in the job or in the workplace that people won't notice. And even funny enough, it's I sometimes don't normally want the fact that maybe I'm a parent to be overemphasized when I'm at work, because I don't want you don't want it to sound like it's like a weakness. You get what I mean? But the fact of the matter is there are considerations to be made to make the work environment conducive for you. So just as you've mentioned, 1, nursing mothers need a lactating room. So you need a room where you need to go express milk. That room needs to have a freezer for you to store that milk.
The milk, yes.
Yes, for it to be fresh by home time. There's something, and I think
And
a lot
breaks.
of in the breaks.
You need to give them. It's actually Section 71 and 72 of the Health Act. That one I have committed it to memory.
You need to give them
Please.
breaks. It's true.
Nursing room, fridge, comfortable chairs or beds or whatever. Like comfortable sitting space, clean, hygienic. And they should be able to access it. And please don't let those of us who do not have children misuse that room.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you go to work and you find someone just chilling in the nursing room. Like, why are you chill? Why? First of all, why are you as a man chilling in the nursing room? Let's start from, like, what are you doing there?
Which men are these you found chilling in the nursing room?
If that is not a sexual harassment complaint waiting to happen. Like, you as a single girlie, go and pick your calls from your boyfriend from outside. Why are you in the nursing room?
It's because it's the quietest place.
Like, I know that means the employer has done a good job of creating a conducive environment
for the mothers.
Yeah. But Sarah, why is your Minute Maid juice with the people's breast milk in that freezer or fridge? Wash yourselves.
Well, okay. The other thing is comfortable seats. Wait, let me tell you. And I think that's one of the issues that a lot of companies don't usually consider. You know, we sit for about 8 hours in the office. So whether you've gone for a meeting, one, expectant mothers sometimes can't sit for too long. So it would be good. It's a good to have that companies create standing desks where they can be able to move away from the desk and go and stand
a little.
Secondly, their seats, are they called ergonomic seats? You'll find a lot of ladies have a lot of back issues, and it's because of bad seats in the office. Yes. A lot of when you are expectant and just after you've come back to work, because probably the seat that you're sitting on is not very comfortable, and you've just maybe come from a cesarean section, and now you're back to this bad seat that nobody cares. It's like that's your desk.
Sikuna kiti.
Yeah, sit and continue working. You actually need to, if you want to create a good environment for your workers, just give them nice seats. And most times, some of those seats, it's like a one-time investment.
And then also it will be probably 2,000 or 3,000 bob more than the seat you got them anyway.
That's the thing.
Like, it's not like it's going to cost you a whole lot more.
Yes.
You'd rather be reporting better numbers on employee satisfaction and retention than on the savings you made on the seats that you bought.
And then don't forget, this same person who is sitting on a bad seat will now utilize the medical cover to go for physiotherapy.
Exactly.
And then now you'll start complaining, our premiums are high because our guys are claiming too much. But you're the one giving them bad seats.
Actually, yes.
Like, pick a struggle.
Decide what you want.
Yeah. Then another issue that I've seen people talking about is, okay, so we've talked about taking kids to hospital. Here, I'd like to talk on behalf of the men. There are line managers and HRs in this, our country, Kenya, na mnajijua, who, when a man tells you they want to take their child to hospital, you shamelessly ask them, where is your wife?
Shame on you.
Shame on you. By the way, a big shame on you.
Shame on you.
Like, does it even matter?
I know that doesn't matter. Isn't the child mine?
Like, I think that's one of the things that I've realized. People treat, so of course there are people who, yes, we've become progressive on,
but there's
for the mothers.
But there's two snippets of questions around things that you're just like.
For the men, it's like, yeah, why are you the one taking the child to hospital?
What does your wife do?
Yeah. I'll tell you, she doesn't even work in the country.
Karen from HR, please calm yourself.
She went to the US to study. What
does your wife do? Is your wife around?
Is your wife around? Yeah. It's like,
okay.
Yeah, actually, and you know, sometimes someone comes and tells you these stories, and you're like,
they asked you that. They did. You know, when someone asks you questions like that, men, I don't know if men do it, but me nowadays I've learned to do it. When someone asks me a question to as if like victimize me, I'm like, I didn't understand. Please expound that question.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing them. And that one I learned from Alice. You now start fumbling with that question. You're like, no, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm like, okay, but just explain to me.
Just explain what you meant. Yeah, what exactly you
were hinting at.
Yes. What did you hope to achieve from that question?
Exactly. You just ask. Just say, and don't be rude about it. Be like, okay, so my wife is not the point, but why did you ask that question?
Yeah, and you know, there are even ladies who have been asked. Actually, this was my mom. She was once asked, and why is it normally you who keeps taking the children to hospital? Are you not married? Hey, I'm telling you, corporate. Hey, people out here are...
Okay, Snoopy Sarah from HR.
Hey,
what does my next of kin form say?
Me, I've ever been asked why I'm looking stressed. and at that time, I've just come, I'd taken a few hours like to step out to take my child to hospital. Then I came back and I was asked why I'm looking stressed.
I'm like, okay, I might be looking a little, but please expound on that. What do
You-
you mean? What's
you
the,
thought
what's
I
the
was
stress
supposed?
look?
I came from hospital. I took my child to hospital, and I was supposed to come back singing.
Happy. Like, what's the look for someone who just took their
Child to hospital. That's like.
Like, please expound a bit on that. I'd like to understand.
I mean, let me tell you. Me, by the way. Acha nisamehe watu. Let me forgive people because I don't like. Genuinely, what are people normally aiming to achieve from those questions?
I also don't know. And I don't know if they genuinely do not understand that it might be rude to ask some things.
I know.
Or it's not their place.
It's not your place to ask someone such questions.
Like, I've already told you where I was going.
Exactly.
If you're not my friend like that, please don't ask.
Yeah, don't ask. By the way, that's it. Finish that story. Let's continue.
And another thing that I dislike, maybe I'm digressing. Another thing that I might dislike is when HR tries to be your friend and your therapist.
Oh, by the way.
No, please.
Actually, I think I'm liking one of the things that a lot of organizations are doing now is making sure that they inform their staff that their medical covers cover counseling and psychotherapy. So that the HR is not the one dealing with personal issues.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I think it's very good to ensure that if you're getting a medical cover for your staff, check if it covers that, which is very important. I think it's one of the points that when I was researching for this discussion, psychosocial support is very important for mothers and women in the workplace. Yes, just make the space conducive. There's even another issue for people experiencing infertility. Now, someone will tell you, okay, so you need seek off to go and maybe do some tests. So you probably, and people don't take it seriously. Forgetting that is an issue that will cause psychological stress to your staff.
Which will dip their performance.
Exactly. Why don't you just let people go for... Yeah. And by the most times when people are going to hospital, it's normally like 2 hours max. 2-3 hours and they come back.
And they come back. Or like the whole day and they come back.
Yes.
And it's... I even usually say, there's like my organization has... I know we are digressing a bit from the main topic, but my organization has this policy, like I think you can take 2 days off without submitting a sick sheet. Imagine, it is genuinely not as abused as you'd think.
Yeah.
And I tell them, look, if someone has asked for sick off 4 times in the same month and gone away for 2 days, you as HR, you can ask.
Yes.
You can actually say, look, this is a concern. It's a psychological concern. It's a health concern of yours. Please, for these 4 times that you are away, give us the sick sheet or tell us if it's a deeper health issue so that we can assist. Once you start asking questions like that, then even I, as the employee, will be like, siwezi kuwa parental leave kila siku.
Exactly.
You know, I look into my behavior. So it's not, these things are usually not as abused as we think they are. And sometimes you'll say, you know what, let me hire the person that is not expectant as opposed to the expectant mom. And then 4 months down the line, you're hiring again. Because probably they are not a proper cultural fit. Probably they got a better offer. Or they get pregnant in the next 4 months and in 9 months, you have to release them for maternity leave.
That's the thing.
Which is still almost-ish the same thing.
Yes.
But, it's the cycle of life. It's the cycle of life.
And sometimes I feel like one of the things people don't realize is you find that, like, for the mothers who probably have to leave work early, if you actually, okay, this is just my personal opinion, if you look at their behavior, they are normally the people who concentrate the most.
Yes.
During their working hours.
They'll come do their work.
Yes,
and
because they know by 3 I need to be out.
Yes.
So they will come and give it their all.
100%.
Yes. more than the person who needs to stay there.
Until 5.
Exactly.
Yeah. I will take 2 hours of, okay, I don't take 2 hours of lunch, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. But this person who knows I need to leave early will actually push so that by the time it's their time to leave, they've cleared what they need to clear.
What is on their plate.
Yes. So basically what we're saying is throughout the process, whether it's through recruitment, onboarding, policies, making the office conducive, you need to ensure that the workplace is conducive for women and mothers. I know a lot of times we make excuses for line managers who are oblivious, who make strange comments. Hey, HR, can you just take people for training?
They do.
Yes.
They do need to.
Yeah, just talk to the line managers. Tell them, by the way, there are things that are off bounds to say in this office.
Yes. And Miss Atta usually say you do the training and make some of those things disciplinary issues.
Yes.
Just make it a disciplinary issue and see how fast all of us fall in line.
Yes.
We will fall in line so fast we'll look like the guard of honor. We will. You just say you cannot. In fact, there's usually a running joke in our office, like before you compliment someone, you're like, I do not want the person sitting to be an active bystander to sexual harassment.
Yes.
Before you give, then you like say, okay, this is the compliment. So just make it a disciplinary issue. Nusa tu disciplinary kidogo and see. People fall in line very quickly.
People won't go asking their staff strange questions like, you're not married? Or where's your wife?
Where's your husband? What do you do on the weekends?
You know? Actually, yes, there are people who will tell you, go and why don't you take them for clinic over the weekend? I think we've basically touched on most of the issues. In terms of policy, you need to ensure that you have paid maternity leave, paid parental leave. You need
feeding room.
Exactly. You need to make sure your policies are against discrimination. Yes, and also you have medical support for the young mothers or the new mothers. Yes, and then training and awareness. Very important. Yes, to create a culture that supports mothers in the workplace. Yes. So I don't think I have anything else to add to the discussion today. I know I got a bit passionate.
I know. But I have loved it. Haven't you guys loved it? I've loved it. Haven't you guys loved it? Yes. They're nodding. FYI. I have loved it. I think it was... Some of those topics feel light, but they're heavy because it's definitely... Motherhood is something that is precious.
Yes.
It's not a light issue. And if you're a parent for the first time, I think you even need more support. And if I'm spending 8 hours with you in the workplace, the only right way to do it as an employer is to make the workplace conducive for me. And I think some of the organizations with the best performances are those that have an excellent retention rate, and that excellent retention rate is usually only achieved by treating, first of all your employees well, but on the most part, treating the women and the mothers in your organization excellently. So when you hear this organization has, the best performance index, or it's the best performing organization, more often than not, you'll see those are the organizations that have 6 months paid maternity leave, education policies for children, like small things here and there that make mothers' lives a little bit easier.
True.
And I think being a mom is not easy. I think it's not the easiest job in the world. Me, I'm not a mom, but
watching from the sidelines.
Watching from the sidelines, I'm like, hey, Mimi. Like, not that I have anything against kids, but I'm just saying it's not the easiest job in the world. So it's only fair that we give them a good working environment.
True.
Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with us this week. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Rundown KE. Follow us on are we on LinkedIn? No, we are not
No.
on LinkedIn. Follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Please follow us on all those platforms. If you can't watch us, please listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Follow me on my personal pages, which are at Mihala Barasa on LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, X, and biggest of all, Instagram.
I'm Danun Yuko on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Thank you for hanging out with us today. And until we see you next time,
Bye.